Hi, my name is Mason Waring. I'm joined here with CCK attorney Leah Small, and today we're going to talk about Social Security benefits in relation to long-term disability benefits. It's a topic that we deal with on a daily basis. We answer questions about this on a daily basis, so we figured we'd hit it here today. We're going to talk about what Social Security benefits are and how they relate to long-term disability benefits. We're going to talk about what happens when your Social Security benefits are denied. And we're going to talk about what happens if your long-term disability insurance company is saying that they overpaid you because you received Social Security benefits. And then we're going to talk about some ways in which Social Security benefits can impact your long-term disability claim. So let's get rolling. Leah, could you share with our viewers or talk about what Social Security benefits are in relation and how they relate to long-term disability benefits?
Absolutely. So Social Security benefits are disability benefits that you must have paid into in order to receive, and they are paid by the federal government ultimately and administered by the Social Security Administration. It's important to keep in mind that while your long-term disability claim is governed by the terms of your long-term disability policy, definition of disability therein, and things like that, your Social Security disability claim is governed by the federal laws, federal regulations, and so there can be a wide difference between the two and whether you're entitled to one or the other. Oftentimes, though, your long-term disability insurance company will make you apply for Social Security disability benefits because these policies often provide for an offset for Social Security disability benefits. And what that means is that if you're receiving Social Security disability and long-term disability at the same time, your insurance company is going to deduct what you're receiving from Social Security from your long-term disability benefits each month.
And what happens if your Social Security benefits are denied?
So you have the opportunity to appeal if your Social Security disability benefits are denied. And oftentimes, again, these long-term disability policies actually require claimants to pursue at least a certain level of appeal of Social Security benefits, again, because they want to take advantage of that offset. So they want you to try and pursue those benefits as far as you can. Additionally, and unfortunately, a Social Security denial can potentially negatively impact your long-term disability claim because the long-term disability insurer may look at that. Why did they deny? Should we be reevaluating your claim? And they oftentimes will ask for the documentation that was submitted and considered as part of your Social Security claim. And so again, it could potentially have a negative impact on your long-term disability benefits that way.
It's really important to read your policy and understand what obligations are on you with respect to pursuing the Social Security benefits. And, we've seen them require people just to appeal the Social Security denial to the highest administrative level. Other times they need to go to court. So it's really important to kind of understand those responsibilities. If you fail to uphold your responsibility, the insurance company might take the position that they're going to offset or reduce your long-term disability benefits, even though you didn't receive the Social Security benefits. So just something to really be careful about. What happens if there is an overpayment?
And so let's back up, I guess.
Or let's define what is an overpayment?
What is an overpayment? So if your Social Security claim is approved, as we discussed, the long-term disability insurer will oftentimes then deduct your Social Security benefit from your long-term disability benefit. But oftentimes, because Social Security can take a while to process, when your claim is approved, you may receive a lump sum payment of retroactive Social Security benefits. And because of that, the long-term disability insurer may say, well, we overpaid you for those months that you've now received Social Security for that we weren't taking an offset. And so they may say, we've overpaid you and you need to repay us back those benefits that we should have been deducting but weren't. If your insurance company asks you to repay benefits, it's important, check their calculations, make sure their asserted overpayment is correct, check your policy. Are they allowed to recoup the overpayment? How are they allowed to do so? You may be able to work with your insurance company if you can't pay it all back at once to do a payment plan or something like that. But it's really important to always check their math because they're not always correct about how much they assert you owe them.
Right. And there's also an issue about the amount of the offset. And so more often than not, the offset is for the base Social Security benefit.
Right.
But in some years, you'll get a COLA or a cost of living increase to your Social Security benefit. And usually the insurance company is not entitled to offset that increased amount. So even though your Social Security benefit might have increased because of the COLA, the offset that the long-term disability insurance gets should be on the base benefit. But again, you got to take a look at your policy to understand what the requirements are there. And then another thing on overpayments, sometimes you're allowed to keep the Social Security benefits, and the long-term disability insurer will just reduce your benefits going forward until the overpayment is satisfied. So again, another example where it's important to read your policy, understand it, and consult a lawyer. We advise people on these topics all the time. And so if you're not sure, please reach out, and we're happy to discuss it. And we represent people on that stuff a lot. So what are some other ways in which a Social Security claim can impact a long-term disability claim that we haven't covered yet?
So as we mentioned, unfortunately, a Social Security denial could negatively impact your long-term disability claim. But on the flip side of that, if you're approved for Social Security benefits, that could kind of strengthen and help support your long-term disability claim as well. But it's important to keep in mind that one approval does not guarantee approval for the other, because again, they have different rules, definitions of disability, things like that. But it's really important because we mentioned the insurance company often may ask for the documentation relating to your Social Security claim, that you are being consistent with both claims, and what you're reporting for one claim, you're reporting the same thing to the other, because you don't want to end up in a position where you have inconsistent claims, or in a position where, unfortunately, an approval could still harm your long-term disability claim if it was based on something completely different than what you've been reporting to your long-term disability insurer.
Yeah, that's a good point. A practical example is, let's say you have depression and you have a back condition, both disable you. It might be easier, and the Social Security Administration may just focus on your depression. You want to make sure you're also submitting a claim to the Social Security Administration for the back condition as well, because both may be important for your long-term disability claim. And so when Leah says, hey, make sure you're being consistent, you want to make sure you're making a full record on all of your disabling conditions to both the Social Security Administration and the long-term disability insurance company. So good food for thought there. If you have questions about a Social Security offset, Social Security claim as it pertains to your long-term disability claim, or you need help on your long-term disability claim, please reach out to us. It costs nothing to reach out to see if we can assist. Our number is 401-331-6300. You can find us online at cck-law.com. Please like this video, and please leave us a comment if there's a topic you'd like us to cover in a future video. Thank you very much.